Long day lay me low. Hello everybody, Jason Bascom here from Unhinged Entertainment. Put that back down. Amateur comic book artist, professional illustrator, and we're gonna draw a Batman bust. Funny story. I usually do these one take, one go, one in and out. We're done. We're good to go. I did this before already. I'm only re-recording it because somehow it stopped recording, like, I don't know, 10 minutes in. So hopefully this will be as good as the last one. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna switch on over to the screen share. There you go. There's the screen share. And Photoshop 11:17. I'm gonna go ahead and make a new layer right here. There you go. And there's my calendar. I hope you were happy to see that today is the 26th. Yeah. And yeah, everyone knows I live in Monroe, Ohio. Okay, so, all right. What is that? Oh, I have the select tool on. With Batman's comic characters, so I'm going to make sure my foreground over here is black before. See it black before it was blue. We're gonna start off with the head. It's comic characters, so we're gonna draw the head. Batman, I have to get my glasses on, and then I like to draw kind of like a rectangular head. You know, a little more squared rectangular head. I mean, he's not square. Square would be a square. So he's rectangular. Give him a thick neck. He's a muscular dude. I've drawn Batman a few ways. I've drawn him kind of like I've drawn him like Capullo. I've drawn him like Jim Lee. I've drawn him like Kelly Jones. I've done different styles. A little bit of McFarlane influence. His head's a little tilted. I'm gonna tilt his head a little bit. Like that. I still do the crosshairs. Get those in there. Eyes, nose. You know, his neck might be a little too thick, so we'll fix that. All right. We'll fix it in post. All right. Let's straighten out his head, actually. There we go. That's what's throwing him off. Okay. So, there you go. Neck is going to come down. Trapezoid. Boom. Fix that one, Jason. And so, there's his collarbone. So, the trap. There you go. He's a muscular dude. Okay. And there you go. That's it. We're done. No. So, alright, let's zoom in. And you can, if you want, put your eyeballs in and stuff like that. And do your layout in there. But I pretty much like to work from this grid right here. And I'm going to fix things as I go. As long as I have a placement down of a good idea of what I want. So, and then we're going to create a new layer over here. So we're going to, first we're going to turn the opacity down on this layer to 35. That's what I do. And you make a new layer. There you go. That's at 100. It should be. And then since I have the crosshairs and I have the nose, as you can see on the underdrawing right here, I can place everything else. So I'm going to put in his eye with Batman. I like to do the diamond eye or the triangular eye. There you go. And whenever you have a 3/4 view, you got the one eye that's pretty full. The other one is going to be more of just a straight on diamond, because you got your eyeball. Your eyelid is going to kind of curve around the eye and then come up, curve around the eye, go down. So creating this alligator diamond shape there. So there you go. So there's that eye. And you got his nose. It goes from nostrils, come from the tear ducts. So, and you could put in his, you could put in his Bruce Wayne nose if you want. And I drew him a little stubby, so we're going to move the nose down just a smidge. But his nose, essentially, the mask comes down, the cowl comes down, and it's a V. There you go. And then the rest of it will come up to about the corner of his eye. You dip it up a little bit, and then you curve in with the cheek. And like I said, I drew his nose a little lower, so I got to lower the mouth. I like to make a V for the mouth, like a kind of like a almost like a bat, one might say. He's always frowning, and see, boom, it comes down in the middle of the pupil. He's always got that scowl. And then draw some wrinkles in there real quick, just replacement. And you got the other side of the cowl here. So forming his eyebrow on that side. Come out with his cheekbone. And then there you go. And then that places in that other side of the cowl. I think it jets out a little too much. I'm gonna soften that up a little bit. And then his chin is gonna protrude out from that other side of the cowl down here, as you can see. There you go. And he's got a square jaw because he's Batman. He's got that square jaw stereotype, that muscular jaw line. Then jaw comes up. You got his ear here. You can draw in your ear if you want, but as you can see, boom, boom, it follows the lines of the proportions. And he's still a little proportioned out, disproportioned in a way, which is fine. I mean, I might fix a little bit, like move this down over. I'll fix this eyeball here. I'm not too fond of it. There you go. It's a little better. Okay. It's a little low, so we're going to move it up. There you go. And if it looks wrong still, I can still fix it. So now with Batman's ears, people draw them different ways. And his ears rest, like here's Batman's skull. I'm Batman. I'm the Caped Crusader. I'm the Knight. I'm vengeance. I'm vengeance. Alright. So his ears are towards the back of his head. So they kind of like, here's regular ears. Come down in the jawline. So his ears are kind of like almost in line with that. So you can play with the ear size. I kind of like them small to medium. I mean, I've drawn the Kelly Jones ears. They're fun. They look a little silly sometimes. Very impractical. Also, whatever this is, whatever these proportions are right here, those parallels, that's going to be it too. His ears are going to follow the same as this to this, because it all flows in the same manner. So you can put his ears in. And one thing I like to do is leave where I'm going to leave the highlight. Like say I was going to highlight this side, I might blank out that and form that in and leave a little blank spot there to indicate a highlight, and then you get rid of the whole everything, and then you screw up life. But I tend to like my light sources from up and to the left, so just obliterate the top of his head. I'm gonna leave it blank for now. So, and one thing I like to do is to help me out, I like to put in like his burrow, his burrow, and it helps with placement for me. And see, like I gotta fix where the tip of his nose is. So, and like I said, I'm an amateur comic artist. I make a lot of mistakes, and it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. You can fix mistakes. You can learn from mistakes. All right, I'm going in too far. Okay, and so that's his head. So you got to get in his neck, and you already got that laid out. You got his traps there. Bring his neckline down a little closer to his face here. Alright, so you get in his traps. Alright, so you get in his trap. Come down this way. And his collarbone is covered up by his cape. So his cape is pretty much just a V. The tip will co-align like with his Adam's apple kind of. So there you go. So then, like, his neck is going to come in, because this is where his collarbone would be. You got the neck muscles coming down there. You can draw his bat symbol. It comes, the head of the bat is in the V, the tip of the V here. You can draw the You can draw whichever one you want. You want to draw the oval one, the classic, you know, Batman. If you want to do that one, you go ahead. I like to do the kind of like the newer one where it's like more pointy, just because it's easier to draw the pointy lines for me than the curvy thingy. Let's do that. You can even draw the old school. You can bulk it up and just make it bulk. Was it like that? Like crazy thick. And that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as like you get rid of your underdrawing. There you go. You got Batman. I mean, it's pretty easy because he's just a blank skull almost. The key with Batman comes into play is with the details. Like you're gonna put in his lip here, or his lip's gonna crease here. You know, get some cross hatching up in there, some shading. You know, one thing I know Jim Lee likes to do, and I kind of like to do it too. The ear creates a shadow, and it'll go along the cowl because the ear protrudes. So you can just, you know, make your selection. I do a lot with Batman. I'll do a lot of the lasso tool, select, and then Control Delete fill. And then cut out highlights. So it's fun to do it that way. You don't have to. You know, you can do Batman draw Batman how you want to draw Batman. There are, you know, so you can do it that way. Another way is you can do some cross hatching and just fill it in. That's another way I like to do it too. Is like cross hatch your areas. Mainly because cross hatching takes time, but I find it relaxing, almost zen-like, because you kind of just zone out and you go to town. So you can do some of that. And see, I left this area blank here because this is a highlight. You can even put a highlight there if you want. I don't like that. We're just gonna leave it blank like that. Some people do this little starburst thing. You can add some, like I said, add some dimension to it, you know, some depth. And you can go ahead and just add some creases up in there. Cut it and cutting and filling. It gives it. I see. I didn't like that. Yeah. And I like to give these crow's nests, like crazy. That's what I like to do. And like this is my Batman. That's how I draw him. I don't solid fill it like Capullo. He'll completely like just fill in the cowl. Like he'll come in, and obviously he doesn't work digitally, but you know, he'll come in and he'll completely. You know, I'm just gonna do that top part. Like he'll completely fill in the cowl. It'll just be solid black. And that's pretty cool too. It looks cool. But you could do some cool effects, detailing, playing with the white. You know, get it up in there. Add some of those crow's feet. Get that jawbone or that cheekbone up in there. Add some more lines to his face. Make sure his face is. You can weather him. Make sure his face is differently textured than his suit, but you can weather him by giving him like he's been fighting crime all night. I've been up late. Don't judge me, Tim. And another good way for that like scruffle is playing with the shadow like under his jaw. We're gonna add in this, fill in some of his cape here. There you go, because we have a light source up top there. Some of that. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. But one thing you can do with the scruffle that's pretty cool is you get your make your foreground white. Make your foreground white. There we go. And then you know, move the white out into that hard shadow that you have on a suit, and it gives it that extra layer of scruffle. He's a night owl. Well, he's a night bat. He's a night bat. Don't judge me. Night bat. Then you can fill in his bat symbol. My thing is kind of weird, so I kind of select this way when things are off screen. Normally you can just hold on the spacebar for the hand. So, I mean, fairly quick, fairly easy. You too can draw the bat. One thing I like to do is then on his cowl, get your foreground white, put in some wrinkles on the, you know, because he's got that furrow, and I like to work into the black. I like to get rid of some of the black. Just don't, why do you people think like that? No. And then, you know, add more line, make him look like his suit's worn, maybe worn out. And from here on out, it's really just playing with the style, playing with shadow. If you want to go that route, you know, light to dark, play with your pen pressure, add some wrinkles to the cowl, because I mean it's made of rubber, but it looks cool if you do this stuff sometimes. You know, not all the time. And let's add some more shadow, because he's got his eyelid's gonna come over there. Like, this eye might be in the wrong place, but that's okay. I think the other one I did was a little better, but I don't know what happened. Yeah. And you can do some of these things, or you can cut in with the white. Like I said, I like to make these nonsensical lines. They just cut around. They break up space. I don't know. They look cool. They look cool to me, anyway. But there you go. I'm Batman. I'm the Night. I am vengeance. Oh, it's already on black. And then I got to get some more lines up in here. And then this side is a little more on the shadowed side. So let's add some light gradient. Light cross hatching up in here. There we go. And his nose is going to bring a shadow. You know, it'll taper. And you can play with the shadow. You could just completely darken it out. Nothing wrong with that. And since he's got, like, if he did, you would add the scruffle here. You know, you got that scruffle. So his corners of his mouth are dented in because he's scowling all the time. And overall, I mean, that's the gist. That's one way that I draw Batman. I've drawn him plenty of different styles, plenty of different ways. Oh, it didn't come out too bad. Let's do this. Nah, I don't like those. Let's get rid of them. And then, let's see, test out the water, see what works. Like I said, amateur. I like to play around, have fun. With the design, with the shadows, with what technique maybe. Like, am I going to do cross-hatching? Am I going to just fill it in? Let's add a little shadow here. A little shadow, light pen pressure. There we go. Yeah, see, that eye is too low. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to fix it. It's simple. You just move it up. And lasso this. There you go. That's better. That's better. There we go. Because, yeah, corner. There you go. So, that's it. There's it. And you could even come in with that white more, cut out some more, play a little bit. Play with Batman. Have fun with Batman. Fun time. Batman's fun. Batman's fun. He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy. So yeah, there you have it. It's essentially it. That's the extent of the bat. Like I said, it's just a bust, but it's fun to do, and you can play around with different styles. Play, bulk out his head or make his jaw a little bigger out there, or something like that. He's fun to do. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Hope you learned a little something maybe about how to draw Batman. Maybe I'll do like a full-on Batman one day. And maybe if there's somebody you want me to draw, or like see how I draw somebody, that could be relatively quick. I don't want it to be like, hey, draw Optimus Prime, and I got to do all these little ribbits and details and stuff like that. It'll take me a while. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Have fun. Play with Batman. Everyone go back Frog G. That's my comic that I'm working on with ink spots and Frog G himself. Link will be in the description below. And I thank you once again for watching, and have a great one.
We've all read the story. The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life, stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.